All right, so doing the rear is a little bit different than doing the front. You need basically one more tool. You need a 12mm socket to get, you don't necessarily have to, but I would recommend just taking the skid plate off. You need a 12mm to get the 3 bolts to get that off. 17mm to get the fill plug out. And a 10mm to get the drain plug out and the oil check level plug. It's on the side of the rear end. And of course a ratchet and oil. You need 80W90 and it's got to be what, GL5 for the hypoid oil. You can, if you get a quart, that'll do the front and the rear. So without further ado, let's finish this job. All right, always the first thing you want to do is clean it off. This thing's been caked in mud. I hosed it down, but I guess it wasn't good enough. So make sure you have, this is 17mm. Kind of broke it loose, but whoa. Make sure you get the fill off first. Once you get this off, you look down in there, see the gears? And we're going to drain it, and then on the left side here, there's actually that plug right there. That's the fill level. So we'll fill it from up top, and then once it comes out from there through the threads a little bit, you're good to go. All right, so we had to get that skid plate off. As you can see, you got one bolt right here. It's 12mm. Another one right here, and then you got one up front, which you might be able to see it right in front of the diff. You got to take those 3 12mm, get those out of there, drop that skid plate. Looking at the skid plate, you could probably just get it out through here, but you're gonna make a mess. And this thing was just completely caked full of mud. So we just took it apart. I cleaned this up with a screwdriver just to clean it up a little bit, spray it off with the air hose. And now, see if we can break it loose. Oh yeah, that wasn't tight at all. It is a 10mm, same as the front. Let's see if we can get this. It's got a washer on as well. Same thing as the front. There's the fluid. Okay, while it's draining from underneath, we're going to take the level plug out. It's another 10mm. It might even be like darn near the same exact thing as the drain, so keep them separated. Just make sure you know. Whoop, there we go. There's that one. It's got a washer. It does have a washer on it too. So we're going to clean it off. Wait for this to drain out completely. Put the drain plug back in. Start filling her up. So she's basically empty here. Gonna press for time, so we gotta put this back in. And these little 10mm, you just want to tighten them up just enough. Or again, there's torque specs on them, but I like to just go a little bit hand tight. Let's get this out of here. Just a little bit. That should be good. Now, what we do is you just fill it up from the top here until it slowly starts coming out of that. And that's when you know you're full. You just put the plugs back in and you're done. There we go. Let it drain out a little bit until it's barely seeping, and then we'll put the plug back in, put the fill plug back in, and that is it. And I guess we do have to put the skid plate on, but we can do that after. So let's let it drain out until it's barely leaking at all, and we're good. So it's basically good to go here. Like I said, it's just very little bit coming out. It doesn't take much at all. The rear end doesn't take much, so we're going to put this in here. Make sure you got the washer on it. And again, just kind of hand tight. Feels good. And then we are going to put the fill cap on. $17 mil, same thing. Just snug. And then I'm going to throw this on, but you guys don't need to see that. But I see you got one here, one way up here, which goes up front. But I'm going to throw that on, and we're done. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to ask. All right, guys. God bless.